Master checking in. It's Date Master Monday. We'll talk about I did a podcast today on my Spotify Anchor talking about mama's boys. And what I come to notice is that most beta males tend to be mama's boys. And the reason for that is if you look at the dynamic between the household where the father is either weak or beta and he lets the woman run the relationship, or the father is just absent, the mother is the sole provider. They I'm the mother and father, as you like the cliche term or phrase. I'm his mama and his daddy. I'm sure you've heard this before. You see that a lot of women, they don't scale or change the parenting relationship. They don't. The bond is like it's stuck in the infancy and young toddler phase, if you will, to where you have the mother building this bond with this boy or with her son. Let's say from age 1 to 6, she's babying him, coddling him a lot. And you see, as men get older, they become lazy, they become irresponsible. They don't take any ownership of their own, shortcomings and wrongdoings, because the mother usually is picking up the slack. She's stepping in to fill in certain voids or fill in certain weaknesses that she's created in her son. So what you would notice is that the relationship, you saw the pictures where you saw the girl buying the shoes or buying the meal at the restaurant, and the guy was behind her, hugged up behind her, basically saying, thank you. Because the dynamic between mother and the son, usually women, they will not give any love or affection without getting something in return. So if you look at the relationships with mothers and their young sons, is very close. They're always on pictures hugged up, kissing, and just showing this affection, which is nothing wrong with that, but too much can kill you. If you don't have any discipline or restraint in anything, it could be a hindrance. So what this does, the boy starts to see that when I do this, when I give my mother this affection, she rewards me with something that I may not deserve. Where you have the term, don't spoil a baby. Never a spoiled boy or a spoiled man is gonna be chaos. You're gonna create a weak male and a weak man, because he's gonna feel entitled, and he's gonna think that he's deserving of something that he didn't work for. Which is why I tell you guys to put the work in. Like a lot of other content creators and coaches on YouTube, put the work in. Don't take no handouts. Go through the struggle. Build yourself up. Let that adversity cultivate your character. Do not shack up with women. Don't shack. Don't compromise. And I'm gonna get into that in a minute, because when you have this dynamic, you start to it will spill over into your dating life. You will start looking for women that are gonna coddle you. You're gonna look for women that are gonna treat you like your mother treats you. And again, this is for the beta male. The beta males are usually the mama's boys, and women know this. A lot of the times you'll see or you hear, the situation, or you hear the conversation come about with a woman that you're dealing with or dating. She want to meet your mother. She want to meet the parents now, but she doesn't want to meet your dad. She want to meet your mother. She wants to see you and your mother interact. She wants to see this. I had to save myself from this dynamic. I had to branch off, like, I got it. I'm good. Mothers have a propensity to be too loving of their sons in a lot of cases. I've seen it on both. All people are different, but in a lot of cases, I've seen where women, they love on their sons a little too hard, and they create weak men as they grow older, because men become dependent upon this affection. Men become dependent upon this presence of a woman that always covers up their wrongdoings and takes up the slack for the shortcomings. So a lot of women prey on this. That's why they're always looking for these beta male providers. They know most beta males have a certain relationship with their mother, because you look at the content and you look at the comments, you see women using this shaming tactic that says, you must hate your mother. When you have men, speaking that real pure truth and the knowledge, and is talking out and is holding women accountable, you see women come in talking about, you must hate your mother. or do you feel the same way about your mother? So they got a beta male that doesn't speak the truth that we speak. They don't put out the information that we put out because they don't want to offend. If anything a person says triggers you or your emotions, it's probably some truth in it, and it's probably what you need to hear. But a lot of women know this. They know they want a mama's boy. They want a mama's boy, which again usually is going to identify as a beta male because he's going to put his mother on a pedestal, so she feels he's going to put her on a pedestal as well. So she seeks you out and to see, what's your relationship like with your mother. Your relationship with your parents is going to tell a lot when it comes to dating. It's going to tell a lot when it comes to your selection in a woman. So what this starts to do, like I said, it festers in a relationship. So now you got more men prone to shack up with a woman. They read you and say, I think we should move in. We start the negotiation. Anytime you start negotiating and start discussing something that doesn't have a logical, or let's say it doesn't have any beneficial reward for you in it, it's going to be based upon her agenda. She wants you to move in because she's tired of driving across town. She wants you to move in because she's tired of, you know, having to find a babysitter or find a, whatever. And a lot of this is with women that have children. Most beta males are prone to settle and get in relationships with women that have kids. Now, if that's your standard, then that's cool. Like I said, it's all about what you want in life. I'm a realist, so I know uh, every man is not the same. I know every man not the same. In a perfect world, all men will be thinking on a higher level, on a deeper level, and looking to achieve greatness. A lot of men don't want that, but you have to identify what type of man you are and what type of man you want to be. So if you find yourself, and nothing wrong with having a loving mother, but sometimes you have to check your parents. Like I said in the podcast earlier, I did mention a lot of men have somewhat of resentment to their mother once they became of age and of a certain level of maturity where they can identify certain behaviors that they saw their mother and father displaying as a child. They saw their father being weak. They saw their father take the back seat and let the woman run the relationship. They saw their mother dealing with this guy and this guy and this guy, and these guys coming in weak. They just looking for some convenient sex, quick little hit and run. They play daddy or stepdaddy a little bit, and they going about their business. So you have to choose what type of man you want to be. But most women, if they know that if they find out that you was a mama's boy, oh, they gonna look they looking for that relationship. They looking for it. They ready to go and lock in. They see how you feel about your mama. They feel that you're gonna treat them the same exact way that you treat your mother and feel about your mother. And now the negotiation and the compromising it's began to where now these conversations sound like they make sense. Oh, it sounds, yeah. They use these talking points where if we move in together, that's gonna cut down on that's less rent, but you don't have to pay rent anymore. We could just go half or whatever. Not knowing she gonna expect you to take over the whole bill because she wants you to be a man. Even though she knows you're a mama's boy, she in her mind she wants you to act like the man that she truly wants. But because the access to get to you, she understands that you're a beta and you're gonna do what she says, or you're gonna be easily manipulated by what she says and what she does. Not knowing, and you don't know this because it takes time to get to a certain level of understanding. But you have to look inside and ask yourself, what does this? Why would this be beneficial for me? How is this going to be? How is me dealing with her and moving in and doing all of this going to benefit us in the long run, or benefit me in the long run? It's going to benefit her. She wants convenience. People love convenience, especially women. They're already working. They got kids. They got to do this. They taking all this time, taking out their day doing makeup, going to work. They got to get up 3 hours early before they go to work. You as a man, you probably got to get up an hour before you go to work. Unless you're going to the gym, you may get up 2 hours before you go to work. But women already have enough on their plate. They take a lot of time doing a lot of unnecessary activity where they want to cut down on that extra 2 hours it's going to take me to get ready to come and see you, or take her to get ready to come and see you. It's a deeper level of thinking. But if you're a mama's boy, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna act as a beta male. and you're going to be taken advantage of. You're going to be easily manipulated because you're too emotional. You're going to look at her, and again, a lot of guys, they want to date women that's a reflection or somewhat of an example of their mother, because their mother picked up so much of their slack. Their mother did not hold them accountable. Their mother did not do a lot of things that their father would have. A masculine father would hold you accountable. A masculine father is going to make you responsible. He is going to, make you get it out the mud. He's not going to give you everything. But a lot of, a lot of women, because they don't have a man in their life, they love on their sons extra hard because they want to make sure that that relationship is firm. So when they get older, they always have a man in their life. You've seen the movie Baby Boy. For those who haven't, take a look at it, and you will see the dynamic where this grown man was staying in the house with his mother and was in competition with her new boyfriend, and they clashed because the new boyfriend was like, I'm the lover. You can't have your mama because I have it. He said you had an Oedipus complex. The Oedipus complex, where a boy has a certain relationship which he can't distinguish: is this my woman or is this my mother? You can't. So the girl that you're dealing with, she starts acting like your mother. So she's gonna treat you like her son. That's when the disrespect comes, because she's only gonna tolerate, so much complacency. She's only gonna tolerate so much laziness, so much lack of ambition, because she's gonna want more. Especially if she's running in a circle of friends that have men in their life that is doing a certain number of things or doing well in life. She's going to expect you to rise to the occasion, because again, she has to compete. She don't want to be the one with the guy that ain't doing shit, and her friends, dudes, they out here getting it and making money and doing, buying houses and things like that. So again, convenience cripples. So you start looking at the convenience of the situation, not knowing you're only going to lose, because she's only going to tolerate the mama's boy dynamic for so long. For so long. She knows she has to do that to get you in, but once she gets you in, her mind, she gonna do a 360. Now you got to be the man. Okay, I showed you I can do this and be this for you, but now you got to be what I want you to be, which is more than what you are right now. It's not changing. It's not escalating. It's not going to the next level. She's gonna replace you, and you will be replaced easily. So, like I said, if you understand, the dynamic, on the, like I said, the Baby Boy movie reference, take a look at it. Most mama's boys are going to act and behave as beta males, which you're going to always attract women, but you're not going to be that woman's first choice. You're going to be her. She needs you at this point. She doesn't want you. She just needs you. It's the Date Master.